Hey y'all, hey, it's Nay. It's bedtime, but I wanted to come on and discuss a couple of things right quick. The first thing I want to talk about is the movie Popstar. It was good. I liked it. The cameos were amazing. Um, it it's not something typical that a person would go see. It's funny, but as black folks, we will we will illegally download a movie or go to the DVD man and buy us a movie quickly. So if you want to do the Netflix and chill thing, if you're not willing to go pay for it at a theater, um, definitely that is a good Netflix and chill movie. Me, I want to go see it at the movies. I'm famous for going to the movies by myself. I do not have time to be waiting on nobody to take me to no movie when I'm ready to see it. So then the next thing I want to talk about is Snoop Dogg and his perception of the black movies. How most movies that are made for African Americans now are basically there to remind us how we were oppressed by we're just an oppressed species here in this country. And I agree with him. I'm tired of seeing us in roles like slaves or, you know, the help or, just oppressive roles that remind us of slavery or civil rights or how we were beaten or how we were treated by white America. I'm kind of sick of seeing that. And I think that it's not right that the only way that we are invited into like these award shows is unless we are depicted in those characters. But I'm going to say this because there is a but. Um, Now, the movie Roots, because I know that this younger generation would in no way appreciate the message that the movie gave in the 70s, to remake it and to put it with characters that the younger generation can recognize and to use those actors. I say that is a great. It's a good method to draw in the young people because everybody needs to know about their history. Yes, all of our movies are that way, now where we either playing, the field hand, a slave, or, ignorant person, or something where we in sports or something, and they calling us niggas in the movie, some mess like that. I'm like I say, Snoop, I'm with you. I'm tired of being reminded of the bullshit. But Roots is iconic, and I'm almost sure that the younger generation has no clue who John Amos is, except for in Good Times. LeVar Burton, um, I forget the name, Leslie Uggams. It's so many actors and actresses that were in the original Roots that the younger generation could not appreciate. Therefore, you have to cater to them in order to get them to listen. It is what it is. It's like introducing hip hop into the school systems. That's all it is. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Kenya Moore and Matt. So, Kenya Moore and Matt were at a vacation in Mexico. They got into a heated discussion. It was a huge argument. Kenya ran to the room. She locked herself in the room. Matt came behind her, kicked the door in, and commenced to be verbally aggressive to her in the room. And people could hear him calling her bitches and cunts and so forth. So let me say this. I kind of got a funny feeling about him when he came to the reunion. For those who looked at my recaps for Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, but I kind of got a funny feeling about him because I was like, why would he bring roses to every woman, on the on the couches? Like, to me that just seemed way, way, way over the top. And most guys, when they're way, way, way nice and just way, way over the top like that, them Negroes are normally way, 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 way crazy. So I don't know. It makes me feel like, I mean, was she enduring that before? Not that, I'm like, oh, poor Kenya, because we all know from watching Real Housewives of Atlanta that that hoe will push your buttons. I mean, I don't know how many times that I wanted to reach through the television and just choke her ass. But it makes you think, was she enduring this before? Because he ain't just wake up one day and kick in the door. So believe me, there were signs, and us ladies, we always trying to ignore some signs in order to keep a relationship. It's bullshit. But the final thing I want to talk about is Muhammad Ali. We lost him, I want to say early this morning, was it? He called in to 911 with respiratory concerns. Not him, was somebody that was with him. Called in with respiratory concerns, and it wasn't looking good, and he did die. Now, let me say this, because I am the age that I am. Muhammad Ali was the greatest to me. I was still a child in 1981, but I do remember him being one of my heroes. He stopped, fighting, yeah, in 1981, and he had been dealing with Parkinson's disease for years. It was heartbreaking breaking to see such a strong man being stricken with a disease that was so devastating, but I'll never forget him. I will never, ever, ever, forget what he meant to our culture. Just the strength and how cocky and arrogant and strong he was. Muhammad Ali, you will truly be missed. Rest in peace, soldier. The same people you meet on the way up are the same people you meet on the way down. YouTubers, let's be good to each other.